MAre of Steel by Iowaforever. Chapter 11. Rainbow Dash was sitting on top of one of the buildings near Canterlot Castle. The sun had begun to set about 30 minutes ago. She was juggling the idea of going home and continuing her search for Zod tomorrow, with the idea of continuing on. She has been spotted several times, and already a small group of foals and other impressible ponies was from street to street to serve Sir Supermare. She sighed and took to the skies again, sweeping her vision across the city for signs of anything unusual. I don't see how the royal guards do this sort of thing. He could be anywhere. She stopped to slap herself. They got records on every pony in Equestria. I should have went there first. She turned around and flew towards the castle, giving a friendly nod to a trio of night guards as she flew past. She scanned the castle once again to locate the archives, adjusting her flight plan once again to minimize her travel time. She landed on a nearby balcony and approached two of the guards standing outside. Excuse me, but I need to access the Royal Archives, she said. I have a lead on a potential threat to Equestria.
Do you have oversight, Season?
I'm really good friends with the princess. Does that work?
I don't believe it does. Unless you were otherwise unauthorized, I cannot allow you to have access.
Where can I get authorization?
You'll have to sign up with the Royal Guards and become an officer, which will take 3 or 4 years, give or take.
I don't have time. Is there another way?
What is going on here? A voice called. I was trying to sleep, and here you are all talking as if...
Prince Blueblood froze when he walked down the balcony.
Who are you, and what hell are you doing here?
He asked Rainbow Dash. I'm Supermare. I have a lead on a potential threat to Equestria and need to access the archives. There was a pause.
Well, I suppose I could give you authorization if it would get you all to shut up. Sir, it's not in your transition to authorize. I am royalty, am I not? I'm authorized to allow anybody in if I want. Yes, you are.
The guard sighed.
Fine. I'll give you 10 minutes. Find whatever you want and get out before anybody sees you.
Thank you. Rainbow Dash nodded and brushed past the guards in Blueblood, the Unicorn Stallion following her. Why are you following me?
Well, other than the fact you need some pony to let you in, you'd probably break something on your way there.
Rainbow Dash rolled her eyes and continued on. I assure you, I am much more careful than you give me credit.
I doubt it.
One of these days I'll get this guy a good dressing down. The two ponies continued until they reached a pair of large wooden doors, each one adorned with a carving of Celestia's cutie mark. Blueblood raised his head, and the doors parted, allowing Rainbow Dash to enter. The two ponies continued until they reached a pair of large wooden doors, each one adorned with a carving of Celestia's cutie mark. Blueblood raised his head and the doors parted, allowing Rainbow Dash to enter. You know this place better than me, she said. Where are all the records on ponies, specifically ones with the first name starting with Z?
I barely look at that section, but I suspect it would be over there.
Blueblood pointed to a row of shelves to his right. Thanks.
And be quick. We don't want some nosy pony coming in and seeing you.
Rainbow Dash ignored him, flying to where he had said the records had been kept. During her flight, she noticed something odd. There were no guards anywhere in the archives. She ignored it at first, but after a minute she began to feel uneasy. Hey, where are all the guards? She asked.
I just missed them for a few minutes.
Blueblood said from the other side of the room. Why? Aren't you afraid I'll steal something?
I hardly thought you'd be able to do so. Cara Joel.
Rainbow Dash froze and turned towards Blueblood. How do you know my name?
Probably because I know more about you than you do. You were born on Krypton nearly 1,000 years ago, and your father Jor-El was known as the great scientist and backstabbing traitor.
But how? You're just Blueblood! Instead of answering her, Blueblood leapt across the room and slashed Rainbow Dash to the floor.
The real Prince Blueblood died 5 years ago in an airship accident. I am General Zod, commander of Krypton's defense forces and true heir to its legacy.
Rainbow Dash tried to float Blueblood off, but the stallion smashed his right hoof into her face several times before throwing her to a nearby wall, the stone cracking on her impact. True heir? Rainbow Dash asked, spitting out a small droplet of blood.
I suppose your father forgot to tell you who I was.
Blueblood said, circling his opponent.
Typical. He always seemed to care for himself. He told me about Krypton's destruction and asked for my help. I knew the council would not listen, so I sought to remove them so Zor-El's plan could go ahead. But was he thankful? No. He turned me over to the magistrates, and I was imprisoned while Krypton died.
You tried to overthrow our government. How's that considered helping? Blueblood charged her, his hoof raised to strike. Rainbow Dash dodged the first strike, but caught the second in her gut, driving the air from her lungs. Before she could recover, Blueblood hit her in the small of her back, knocking her to the ground.
I was the only one on that miserable speck of rock to have the ambition to try and drive and find a solution. Your father branded me a traitor when he could have seen me as a hero.
A hero that destabilized an entire society?
What would you know about heroism? You dress up in a cape like a child, and flee once those weaker than you begin to adore you. You could have let yourself as a god, and yet you did not.
I don't have to be a god to lead these ponies. Rainbow Dash pulled herself up, but as she turned to face Blueblood, the stallion bucked with his hind legs, knocking her across the room. She tried to get up again, but he was upon her, each hit doing more damage than the last.
That is why you fail.
Blueblood backed up, allowing Rainbow Dash more time to recover.
You've grown complacent. You attend to these ponies' needs instead of your own. If you were truly capable of striving for greatness, they wouldn't need you. Since you do not seem able to controlling them, I suppose I will have to take your place.
How? Princess Celestia would...
Oh, I have plans. But the first obstacle I must do away with,
Blueblood turned to her,
is you.
Rainbow Dash charged this time, drawing back for a strike with as much power as she could muster. Blueblood merely sidestepped her attack and punched out, instead of colliding with her throat causing her to choke. As he staggered, Blueblood advanced and hit her in the side, dropping her to the ground again.
You call this a fight? This is more than it foil's time to attack them. I suppose, though, you still technically are a fool.
I'm 25. 25, not a fool!
Please, I was fighting for the defense of Krypton before you were even a parasite in your mother's room.
He struck again, slamming her to a nearby bookcase. Does anybody want to hear Terrence Stamp actually say that line?
If you're so confident in your skills, go ahead and defeat me.
Rainbow Dash got back to her hose and attack, swung out with her right hoof, but he ducked to deliver 2 punches to her chest before dealing another hit to her face, knocking her to the ground once more.
So, this is how the valiant Superman defends her fellows.
Blueblood said, circling Rainbow Dash as the mare struggled to get up.
Look how she lies, like a common servant. Come, use your strength to get back up, or you're just as weak as the ponies who call you their slave.
Rainbow Dash groaned as he pushed up against the floor, legs quivering as he tried to get up. She almost made a sharp kick that landed at her side, knocking her down yet again.
Come, if you're so strong, get up.
Blueblood kicked her again, a small spray of blood escaping her lips.
Get up and fight me like a true Kryptonian.
Again she tried to get up, but Blueblood unleashed a flurry as he kicks and punches, the strikes echoing throughout the archives.
Go on, get up! Get up!
Rainbow Dash tried to shield herself from Blueblood's strikes, but her weakened body could not take any more punishment. Blueblood stepped back, surveying his work.
I knew it. You're all weak, just like your father. You don't know how to defend yourself, much less how to protect yourself. You're not worth my time.
He pushed Rainbow Dash onto her back, so she causing against the pain to escape her lips. Why? She asked, her voice a hoarse croak.
I told you, your father wronged me, and since he is dead, I must extract my revenge on his heir. But since you are not as great a threat as I thought, I suppose I have to move to the next part of my plan.
Blueblood's horn glowed, and a small necklace appeared next to him.
Do you know what this is?
Necklace.
Oh, it's much more than that. You see, there are very few ways to kill a Kryptonian once you have solved the North Solar answer.
Blueblood approached Rainbow Dash, carrying the necklace in front of him.
One such way lies in the very soil we used to tread on as scientists. We used to call it kryptonite. It is one of the most dangerous elements in the world. For you and me, that is. Radiation from Krypton's death infuses every ounce of the stuff, making it a deadly poison.
He reached Rainbow Dash and pinned her to the floor with his hoof. While she struggled to knock him off, he draped the necklace over her head and backed up. As soon as he touched her neck, Rainbow Dash could feel her strength dissipating. Her injuries became more and more painful. Lynn's lost all feeling. She reached to pull the thing off her neck, but a smack from Blue Blood knocked her over.
Mustn't touch. That needs to stay there until my plan is complete. Guards!
There was a sound of door opening, and 3 unicorns, dressed in the dark armor of Luna's night guard, entered and surrounded Rainbow Dash. Like the Ursa, their eyes were dulled and closed slightly. Rainbow Dash let a small gasp pass her lips.
The Summer Sun celebration is tomorrow, as you probably know, and these 3 guards have lent their services to my plan. Pity Princess Celestia won't be able to see it, as she's busy with her preparations. Oh wait, she will see it. Just before one of her princess's sister's gods blossom from the sky.
You can't.
Oh, believe I can. There's to be enough kryptonite in that necklace to kill you, but not enough so you die before you can see me rise to the throne of Equestria.
Mula turned to the 2 guards.
Take her to Ghastly Gorge and make sure she stays there. Kill anything that approaches. Yes, General. Very well, Cara Drer. Your time as the Equestrian's defender has ended. I suppose I should thank you for disposing of that mare Trixie for me, but I'm on a tight schedule and need to finish planning Princess Celestia's assassination.
Rainbow Dash could only watch as the guards dragged her out of the archives and away from General Zod. The guards found a large ravine in Ghastly Gorge to pitch Rainbow Dash in. The Pegasus tumbling down to the sides of the ravine as she fell, tangling herself up in her cape. When she reached the bottom, she struggled to get back up, reaching for the necklace to restore her powers. The guards anticipated this, as soon a large rock had been placed on Rainbow Dash, pinning her to the ground, leaving her only neck and head exposed. Can't just lay there and let that bastard win. Rainbow Dash saw it, trying to move to the low beneath the rock. Equestrian's defender. Princess Celestia needs my help. I need help. Rainbow Dash stopped struggling and looked up to the sky. She could feel the kryptonite seeping into her system, slowly killing her. A small tear slid down her face, but she ignored it. There's some pony out there. I need help. Any pony. Chapter 12. Twilight's studious nature made her a spastic sleeper. Her mind always watched for information. She could never stay fully asleep, and woke up once or twice per hour. She always managed to doze off again, and was not overly fond of the spurs. Especially not when certain pink ponies managed to speak into her library. Twilight! Pinky screamed as she ran through the door. Twilight rose from her bed and crossed over to the stairs. Pinky, this better be important. It is. My Pinky said there was going to be a really big doozy down in Ghastly Gorge, and we all need to be there. Twilight suddenly felt much more alert now. She teleported down to the bottom level and approached Pinky. What exactly is going to happen? I don't know. My Pinky says never tells me that much. Pinky shook the can with some unseen force. Wait, it's Rainbow Dash! She's in trouble! Why would she be in Ghastly Gorge at night? She knows it's dangerous. Unless she's been ponying out. Pinky, that's one of the most ridiculous theories I've ever heard. But it could have happened. Maybe some ponies got jealous of Rainbow Dash and took her to Ghastly Gorge so they wouldn't be jealous of her anymore. How would that work? There was a pause. I have no idea. They thought she was Supermare and Pony Natural, so she stopped eating ponies. Supermare? Rainbow Dash doesn't even look anything like Supermare. She does if she's wearing the costume in main dye. Why would she be wearing those things? She was a distraction! There was another pause before Twilight spoke again. By any chance, were you two trying to distract us so you could play pranks? Maybe. That explains why that box of books was covered in superglue. Twilight sighed. So, you think those ponies mistook Rainbow Dash for a superhero? They could beat a full-grown Ursa with half the depth of her bare hooves? Yep. How would he catch her? Special superhero catching devices. Pinky smiled while Twilight gave her a weird look. Don't you ever read comic books? No, I don't. Twilight moved past Pinky and opened the library door. Come on, let's go get the others and see what exactly this doozy of yours really is. Well, I suppose if Rainbow Dash isn't in trouble, then I can spare myself. Rarity yawned before ducking back into a boutique and removed her nightgown. But could have we waited until it was a little out? By that time, the baggage would have hurt Rainbow Dash with her anti-superhero weapons. What are you talking about, Pinky? She thinks that Rainbow Dash was pointing out by some point you thought she was Superman. But they looked nothing alike, unless he was wearing that costume I made for Pinky. Rarity exited the boutique, giving her man a light toss as he watched. Come along, we need to get the others. What kind of stupid pony like Rainbow Dash was a superhero? Applejack says he pulled her Stetson and grabbed a coil of rope. It's just a theory Pinky has, Twilight said. Well, it is kind of a stupid idea. Reckon she just messed up one of her tricks and crashed. At night? She's done dumber things before. Okay, we can discuss those things later. Now we just need to get Flashlight and we should be ready. I'm not going. What? I'm really sorry, girls, Fluttershy said from behind her door, but I just can't go out there at night. Come on, Fluttershy. We'll be there in case something bad happens. And Rainbow Dash really needs us to save her from pony nappers, Pinky shouted. Rainbow Dash has been pony napped? Fluttershy flung over her door and tackled Twilight. Why didn't you say so earlier? Oh, she must be so scared, surrounded by those awful ponies and ghastly guards. Come on, let's go save her. Fluttershy took off, her wings carrying her as fast as he could. Never thought Fluttershy would be one to lead the chase, Applejack said. Come on, girls, follow that Pegasus! The five reached ghastly gorge in about 30 minutes. Using Pinky as a beacon, they began to scour the canyon up and down, searching for any signs of their rainbow-maned friend. They had a brief run-in with a group of quarry eels, but Fluttershy's superior handling of animals allowed them to get by without much trouble. However, the encounter had given them information. Two of the eels bore heavy burns on the sides of their faces, indicating something had attacked them recently. Given that dragons usually did not eat quarry eels, and phoenixes never came this far north, the only option they were lived was either a pony with very powerful combat spells, or something worse than dragons. Do you think we should have told the princess about this? Rarity asked. I'm sure it's not that bad, Twilight said, living over a log. Besides, the Summer Sun celebration is today. I'm sure Princess Celestia has a lot on her mind right now. Well, what about Princess Luna? I'm sure single boy help. She's going to be doing that celebration too, I think. I'm not sure what she's preparing for. She could only step away from her project for a few minutes to find Rainbow Dash. Yes, she could have. They passed through a small grove of trees and stopped. Below them was a shallow ravine, several large rocks hanging over the edge. The five spotted two unicorns, dressed in the armor of the Night Guard. Twilight felt a bit more relieved. Looks like Luna already did something for us, Twilight said. Come on, let's see why they're here. Wait, Twilight. They might have been the ponies that attacked those eels. Are you sure this is... Rarity's warning went unnoticed. Twilight trotted out of the grove towards the two guards. They spotted her and turned to face her. Identify yourself, the first guard shouted, his voice silent, monotone. Oh, sorry for startling you. I'm Twilight Sparkle, personal assistant to Princess Celestia. One of my friends is in danger in the area, and I was wondering if you had seen her. Leave now, or we'll be forced to deal with you, the second guard said. Deal with me? But I haven't done anything wrong. I was just wondering if you had seen... She's resisting! Kill her! The two unicorns lowered their horns and fired, two beams of dark blue magic flying towards Twilight. Twilight threw her shield spell as fast as she could, barely deflecting the spells. Twilight poured more magic to her shield spell. Spiderweb of cries caused by her attacker's spell slowly fanning. Girls! Help! Twilight shouted as another salvo of spells slammed into her shield. She dropped the shield for a second to fire her own spell. A bright purple beam of energy slamming into a nearby rock and causing the two unicorns to duck for cover. She continued to fire away to keep the guards pinned, while the other four rushed forward to help her. One guard stepped out to attack, but found two orange hosts slamming into his face. Applejack hit the guard again, knocking him out, and rushed towards the second guard. The guard shot another spell at the charging farm pony, but Twilight flew up a second shield spell deflecting the blast. Applejack reared up and struck the guard in the face, knocking his helmet off and sending him spinning. Sonny, I thought they trade guards better than that, Applejack said, pulling out her rope in order to tie up the two guards. They do, but why would Luna want them to kill me? Twilight approached the nearest guard and tapped her horn to his head, a remainder of her magic seeping through the connection to find any information. She concentrated for a few moments before something forcibly through her back, horn sparking with magic residue. Twilight, are you alright? I'm fine. Twilight dusted herself off and stood. Those guards were brainwashed, just like Flim and Flam. Brainwashed? Yes, I don't know who did this, but they obviously did not want us to come here. Why are those guards? I don't know. Just sign those guards up, and we'll look around some more. Applejack nodded to continue working. While the airplane was occupied, Applejack and Twilight and the others surveyed the ravine. She focused mainly on the large rocks in the edge, poking around the closest ones to make sure no other guards waiting for them. Those rocks look over there might be useful for cover. Twilight said, pointing to another patch of rocks on the other side of the ravine. I'm going to cast a small light spell so I can see better. Do you need any help? Rarity asked. I may not have the resources you do, Twilight, but I still know enough magic to assist you. Okay, Rarity, cast your spells in that direction. Twilight pointed further down the canyon, and I'll cast mine in the other direction. Very well. Rarity turned away, her horn glowing with magic. Twilight's own horn glowed for a moment before two balls of light shot up from the tip, rising over the ravine and filling the place with light, illuminating a certain rainbow-made Pegasus buried under a boulder. Rainbow! Twilight cried. Rainbow Dash started to look up. Guys, what are you doing here? Rainbow Dash asked, her voice a hoarse whisper. Pinky had a doozy that said you were in trouble, so we came to find you. Thanks. What happened to you? It took too long to explain. Rainbow Dash called. Please, help me. Twilight nodded before leaping down to the side of the ravine, loose rocks sliding under her hooves. First time Pinky joined her, soon the three of them had reached Rainbow Dash. Now Twilight could see what condition Dash was in. The Pegasus was covered in cuts and bruises. Her eyes, unfocused and all color, had left her face. The rock on top of her was easily twice the size of any normal pony, and only Rainbow Dash's head and neck were exposed. Come on! We gotta get this rock off her! Twilight focused her magic, tempted to lift the rock. No! Forget the rock, Rainbow Dash said, a little more airsy present in her voice. Just get this necklace off me! Twilight looked and saw a necklace was around Rainbow Dash's neck. You're worrying about some stupid necklace when there's a boulder crushing you. Yes! Oh, is it some sort of device that mean ponies used because he thought you were a superhero? Pinky asked. Pinky, will you cut it out with the superheroes? She's right, mostly. Twilight turned to Rainbow Dash, his eyes wide. What do you mean she's right? I'll explain. Just get this necklace off. Twilight grumbled in frustration and yanked the necklace off of Rainbow Dash with her magic. She noticed that Rainbow's injury slowly began to fade once the necklace was removed, but decided it was not very important right now. Okay, now we'll get this rock off of you. No. What? Are you insane or something? You'll be crushed! Not really. I'll take care of this. How? You're not a unicorn. You can't use magic to lift it off. Your legs are probably pinned, so you can't dig your way out. Unless you're some kind of super powerful pony, then I don't see how you could get out. Well, remember on Wednesday when we had that talk about whether or not I knew MAre? I kind of lied. A little. How so? I know who she is. Rainbow Dash grunted a little and sitting beneath the rock. You might want to step back a little and put up a shield spell. Why? What does that have to do with you knowing who MAre is? I'm going to show this rock flying, and I'm pretty sure it could kill you if it hit you. As for the second part, well, Rainbow Dash let out a cry as she pushed up with all her strength, launching the boulder high into the air. Not wanting to rock the crest down and kill somebody, Twilight caught in her magic and set it aside before turning to Rainbow Dash. Rainbow Dash was dressed in a very familiar blue suit and red cape, the former of which was adorned with a stylized S set inside a shield. Pegasus landed, showing no signs of pain or fatigue from bucking a giant rock off her back. Twilight's eyes just shrank to red points before she started stammering. What? How? You? A MAre. Well, my name's Kara, but you can call me MAre. It sounds cooler, Rainbow Dash said. Twilight's mind short-circuited for a moment, as she was unable to come up with a suitable explanation. Seeing an opening, Pinky started to speak. My best friend's a superhero! Pinky cried, dashing forward to give Rainbow Dash a hug. Dash caught Pinky into two, hugging for a minute, while Twilight tried to pull herself together. You rock, hell! Super strength, Twilight. That rock is so harder than a pebble to me. So, the robot dragon in the earth, that was you? Yep. What other cool things can you do? Pinky chirped, but Twilight saw her glare. Pinky, can we talk about this later? Pinky backed off, while still grinning ear to ear. How though? I mean, you're just a normal pony. Actually, I'm an alien. There was a silence before Pinky spoke again. So, You're an alien and a superhero? That's even better. Pinky. Sorry, Twilight, but it's still pretty cool. And I didn't tell you guys about this because, well, I was scared you'd turn on me or something. Turn on you? Twilight asked. Remodas, you're our friend. We never turn on you just because you're some alien. Unless you were actively trying to kill us, but that's something completely different. You're not gonna do that, right? Of course not. But still, why do you have to be secretive about it? Secret identities, Twilight, Piggy said. She doesn't want you to get in the way or other ponies start harassing her about saving them.
What's going on down there? The crew turned and saw Applejack and Rarity coming down the ravine. You don't leave us for a few minutes, you go back talking about superheroes?
Because Rainbow Dash is Superman! Under a pause. But that's impossible, Rarity said. You two know nothing alike unless you dyed your mane and coat. And honestly, I think you would look terrible with mane dyes. And you're just a normal pony. You can't throw rocks across town. He's an alien.
An alien? Applejack said, taking a step back. You look just like some regular pony. How can you be an alien?
Not all aliens have to look weird. I'm physically the same as every other pony, except for superpowers. As far as how I look with the suit and all, it takes too long to strength, but it involves really powerful magic.
She looked at Twilight.
If you're good, I'll let you borrow my suit so you can study it. Really? Let's not get started here, Twilight.
Rarity walked up to Rainbow Dash.
How am I supposed to know you weren't just lying to us? She threw this really big rock on herself when you were busy looking away.
Piggy chirped. Rainbow Dash and Rarity ignored her.
So, what do you want?
Just proof. So some other superpower, without hurting us.
I'll get you guys dirty.
Rainbow Dash looked around, spotted a smaller rock about 5 feet away. There was a pause before 2 beams of red-hot energy shot from her eyes and hit the rock, destroying it instantly. The Airfight stepped back in shock as Rainbow Dash turned toward them.
Is that good enough, or do you want me to fly around the world backwards to tell you this yesterday? No, that's good.
Rarity took a deep breath to calm herself before speaking again.
So all this time, that was you?
Yeah. Rarity approached her for a moment, before throwing her forelegs around Rainbow Dash.
I never got to tell you this, but thank you so much for saving Sweetie Belle. When I heard she was almost killed by that dragon, I died a little inside. Can you imagine what my life would be like if she were dead? I just couldn't go on with my life. So thank you again. And if there's anything you need, I will use all my resources to make sure you get it. You're welcome, Rarity.
I suppose I should thank you, too. Applejack said, coming forward and joining Rarity. Ever since my folks died, I've always been the thing holding my family together. If you weren't around, there's no telling what I'll do.
Hey, you could get creative.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing really. But if you are an alien, not just lying to us about that, does that mean there are other aliens like you? Is that why you have superpowers? I'm going to explain, but we've got big problems and not a lot of time. Problems?
Blue Blood is evil. He beat me and threw me down here to try and kill me. Now he's going to use one of Luna's guards to kill Princess Celestia.
What? Why?
The other 5 asked.
He's a Kryptonian like me, except evil. Well, you guys go back to Ponyville and get whatever supplies you need. Then to cancel it. I'm going to stop Blue Blood.
Raven asked took off, but was stopped by Twilight.
Wait, you can't just fly off like that. Don't worry. I'll explain more when this is all over. I promise I'll answer any questions you have once I'm done beating Blue Blood. But if he beat you before, how do you expect to beat him now? Trust me. I'm Superman.
With that, Rainbow Dash shot into the sky and disappeared. A red-blue streak, the only sign that she was even there.
I just hope she knows what she's doing. Okay, I think I have enough magic for a teleport back to Ponyville. But we might be cutting it close. So, if I said to anyone, I'm really sorry I didn't mean to do it. We've been through a lot tonight, Rarity said. We were attacked and brainwashed by gods. Our friend is actually an alien superhero, and Blue is trying to kill Princess Celestia. I think any sense in these of our ways.
Twilight nodded in agreement before casting her teleport. The 5 ponies disappearing in a flash of purple light. Just as the sun began to peek over the horizon.